Okay, number one, what's the craziest thing that you've seen in the world of AI? What is surprising you right now?
The pace, man. The pace. Yeah. I mean, we're having, I feel like this podcast needs to be recorded again a week from now because it could be changed. And so that to me is that, and just the uncanny valley that video is in right now, and being able to see what it's probably going to be a year from now. And just like even the meeting tools is what's going to be super crazy to me is like.
Do you use Fireflies?
I've tried it. I've tried to use Fireflies. Fireflies is like a plugin for Teams
that
Zoom.
Will
take notes. Yeah, for Zoom and takes notes. We're waiting for Microsoft Copilot, which is Microsoft's official version. And what it does is it takes, you record a meeting, and let's say I say in the meeting, Carl, I want you to do action steps X, Y, and Z. And by drafting an email to Joe Smo, it will literally assign a task to Carl with a drafted email to Joe Smo, with whatever I told him to do.
Right. Fireflies is almost there. So it's for those who don't know, let me define this. So Fireflies is a tool is an AI tool that you can work with Zoom. It will record your meeting and it will give you a transcript of that meeting. It will tell you, give you stats on who talked the most, and create a summary of your meeting, create bullet points, create action items, and you could easily hook it up to Asana, Zapier, anything like that to get it past that to an email or whatever.
For sure.
Crazy. All right, number two, what should be the most, what is scaring you the most? You mentioned Skynet. That's been my reference all along. I'm a big Terminator fan. Well, the first two. And the other ones, come on.
Yeah, we won't talk about them. We won't talk about them.
Are the machines taking over? Is Skynet going to take over? What are you the most scared of?
Yeah, I think I'm most scared of what we mentioned earlier a little bit, where things that will not be able to be discerned, like in animation for movies, in the early 2000s, the uncanny valley of you did not sit well. Is this animation? Is this a human? Is this a animation? And that right now, some of the stuff is in the uncanny valley of we know that this is a robot because it looks like not 100%. But, when that example, when that image of Pope in a puffy coat tricked the entire internet as wow, as a real image, that's to me where it will be scary, is that we won't be able to discern what is real and real as in this is an actual event that happened in IRL versus something that has happened digitally, especially as it pertains to what our pastors are saying or doing or writing or visually participating in. That's to me the scariest part, is that how can a pastor, how can a leader defend themselves when I have an audio quote of you saying this, or I have a picture of you saying this or doing this? What can I do at that point? And when that becomes undiscernible, that to me is what I'm really most scared of. Yeah.
All right. If you could say a top thing, one thing that ministry leaders should absolutely be using AI to help them at their church, what's that one thing?
You should be using Motion. Motion is a scheduling tool to help you with your task list. I honestly believe that if you have an administrative assistant, if you have somebody who does, or if you are an administrative assistant, if you are doing any kind of admin work, you need to find a tool that will work with your workflow to automate that and delegate it to the machine to free you up. And Motion is just an example I'm giving to say, I'm going to do these 20 tasks. This is how long I think it's going to take. Here's your calendar, the end. I don't need right now. This is kind of a sticking point. A lot of people here, being a creative director, details are probably sometimes not the greatest for me. And so it was hey, you need an admin, Alex. You need an admin, Alex. And I say, I have an admin. It's called ChatGPT. It's called Motion. I have tools that could be my admin, and I'd rather take that money that we would spend on an admin to plug into more automated tools. So to me, you need to, if you're not using any AI tools, you need to at least think about it and consider it. And the first thing I would do is see what things you can automate that are administrative tasks that have to be done, and they're not theologically questionable things like writing sermons or making graphics or representing people with audio, but like a robot that can do my calendar, why not? Let's make it happen. And so to me, you need to figure out how to start to use those tools to automate those administrative tasks. Good.
2 more and I'll let you go. What is the most common question that you're getting from people as it relates to AI?
Is this real? like, is this real? Like I was talking with a person the other day and my earbud didn't work. And so I sounded kind of like a robot and they hung up on me and they were like, they thought I was one of the calls that you just mentioned earlier in the podcast. It's like, I thought you programmed some AI to be a robot version of yourself. So I think there's a distrust right now on anything. Like, is this podcast made in AI? Is this image made in AI? Is this article that I'm reading made in AI? I think that the is it real conversation goes into, I don't know what I can trust anymore. So to me, we talked about the ethical component of crediting. I think there needs to be a formal thing to credit, just like there's MLA and APA and Chicago Manual Style. There needs to be some kind of attribution on an article, a photo, or whatever of this whatever was generated with AI tools. Even a sentence like that gives the thing like acknowledgement that this was not 100% made by a human, or even the inverse. This was 100% made by a human. That to me would be a solution to that, to try to say, here's a disclaimer. This is the standard legal disclaimer you have to put on the bottom of every article or every whatever, or at the end of every video. And I think that would help establish more trust of like, oh, okay, was done a little bit so, and it will help. Because right now, since it's the Wild West, nobody knows what is real or not real. So.
Right. All right, last one. What are some things that you're seeing for the future? Where are we going that's really exciting you? We've talked about a few of those things, but give me like your top one that like, man, I'm so excited for the church to use AI in this area.
I'm so excited that the church will be able to use AI to start to value the creative process a little bit, in the aspect of like that it's not just if everybody thinks they're a designer because they have Canva, everybody thinks they're a video editor because they have Premiere Pro or whatever, everybody thinks they're a writer because they have ChatGPT. And so to me, what I'm excited is that true creatives that are those who are able to help generate new and fresh ideas will, to me, be more valuable in the future. Just like in COVID, like it was all of a sudden like, where are the tech people? We need the tech people. How do I do the streaming thing? And whatever. To me, people in our position are going to be more valuable because they're going to be able to help navigate people how to use all these things. Yeah. And to me, that's exciting personally and selfishly, because if everybody can use a tool and it just becomes a tool, then where my staying power is helping people navigate it and still have that human element of innovation of how we can use this thing. If everybody is a video editor, then nobody is a video editor, but we still need to tell a story in this way. And here's the brass tacks of how it can do. But so I'm excited that just like in COVID, where tech people were significantly more valuable all of a sudden and overworked and underpaid, this will help the revolution of at least being able to have tools to execute all that we're trying to do and be valued in our organization, versus as much even per se as a pastor or somebody with a theological background. So that's what I'm most excited about, for sure.
Good. Well, man, thank you for your time. Appreciate this. I'm sure I got to have you back next week because it's all going to change.
It's sure. We'll talk about the robots that are now delivering the communion plates and the offering, the drones that are coming in through the sanctuary that are just repelling that. No.
That's right. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right. We'll talk soon.